Gamers, welcome back. World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore Ironman Adventures, episode 67. You know what I realized last time? I missed the opportunity to say episode 66, like Emperor Palpatine when he says execute orders 66. Is it 66? In my head, it always feels like he says 66. Anyway, let's jump back into the world, shall we? Tonight, I want to go ahead and finally start Dustwallow Marsh. I think we finished most of the business that we had. Last time we worked on Test of Lore. I think we did the Den. It's been a couple days since I played. Questy can automatically reject quests you shared to your... Oh, you're in a battleground? What? No. I don't do battlegrounds. This is a hardcore character. So yeah, we finished up... Stone Talon Mountain is completely finished. We finished the Den, which just feels so nice to have off the quest log. We talked to Brog. We did his Test of Lore. We went up to Ashenvale, got the book, and now we just need to go to Parkwall Fintalis in the Undercity. He'll probably have another leg of the quest for us, but we'll get to that when we get to that. We went down to Thousand Needles, talked to Pazik, and gave him the fuel regulator blueprints. He gave us a quest, and I can't remember what exactly he wanted us to do. I think he wanted us to go to Dustwallow Marsh, right? And get the Seaphorium booster. That's right. So this is where we were heading anyways. We're going to fly to Camp Tarajo and then run over here. Even though we have the flight path to Dustwallow Marsh, I'm going to run down here, grab these quests, and like kind of push inwards. Did a little crafting after last episode as well. I made some more bombs. We're at 90 bombs. We're at 60 gold. I made fresh poisons. I topped up on our flash powder. As you guys saw, we bought the scrolls. I'm going to run in here real quick and take the quest for Goblin Engineering. We'll probably hit 40 this episode. We're only 7% away, which is really exciting. Who has it? Tinkerwiz? Tinkerwiz.
I can't help you. You're ready to see someone who's been at it longer than I have. Let's see. You're an alliance type, so you need to talk to Lilium Sparkspindle in Stormwind.
That's not true. I'm not an alliance type, buddy. You got it wrong. You horde types need to talk to Nog in Orgrimmar. Okay, well, I'm actually going to Orgrimmar first because I want to pick up the quest to find Nat Pagle, since we're going to Dustwallow anyways. So first, we're going to make a pit stop at Orgrimmar, do a couple things in Orgrimmar, and that gives me time to talk to you guys about, as I was mentioning in a couple of the other episodes, I've been trying to get a new job at this new company. I put in my application a couple weeks ago. I actually heard back from them. I have an interview in, I think, a week and a half on the 9th. And yeah, I'm pretty optimistic and hopeful that it's going to turn out well and become a position for me. If that is the case, I will be working a lot more. I'll be working 12-hour shifts, swing shift. So I just kind of said this in the Slay the Spire video that I made earlier as well. Obviously, all this gets fragmented and rolled out at different times, but things on the channel will probably change. I probably won't be doing daily uploads or uploading as much. I still want to upload. We'll still continue to work on the projects that we're working on. Hardcore WoW isn't going anywhere. I still plan on... We're definitely going to get the Rogue to 60, but ideally I'd like to get every class to 60 in Hardcore WoW. I think that'd be a really fun adventure. I love WoW. It's my favorite MMO. And Classic is the best version and iteration, in my opinion. And since I started Hardcore many years ago now, I just can't play any other version of WoW. Solo Self-Found Hardcore is just the most fun. It feels just the best. For me personally, and that doesn't work for everyone, I know that, but so yeah, if I do get the position, I will let you guys know. I'll keep it brief, but I'll probably put it in at least one episode of everything that I'm working on currently, and we'll definitely notice some changes in the amount that I post and upload on the channel. But my plan is just record a bunch of stuff on my days off when I can, and then kind of try to disperse it even on days that I'm working, so at least we have some stuff coming out. Worst case scenario, I'll just upload on the days that I'm working and I'll record on the days that I'm off. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it just yet, but things will probably change if I get that position. I just won't have as much free time. Right now I'm only working part-time, I'm doing school part-time. That would be a full-time position, so I'd be working much more. So cross your fingers, say a little prayer for me if you will. I feel pretty good that I'm going to get the position. I've got 2 people on the inside pulling for me, so it's a good position, and yeah, it would be really cool. The thing that sucks though is I wouldn't be able to play as much. I'd have much less free time, so. But it is what it is. I've been part-time for the past year now. And before that, I worked full-time swing shift for the last 7 years. I did 12-hour shifts, 2 weeks of days, 2 weeks of nights, 2 weeks of days, 2 weeks of nights, and I did that for 7 years. It was very draining, but the money was good, the benefits were good, paid the bills, did what I had to do, and yeah, now I've got an opportunity for a very good position, and it's going to be 12s as well. I'm not sure if it's going to be swing shift just yet. I think it might be, but do what you got to do to put bread on the table. But yeah, let's. That's all I wanted to say about that. We can table that and get back into the actual world. So now we're in Orgrimmar. I'm going to go talk to Lumak, and I think I can talk to Nog. But if not, I might have to go back to Ratchet and talk to Tinkerwiz. Hopefully not. Because Tinkerwiz, I said I needed to go to Nog and Orgrimmar, but now that we're in Orgrimmar, I'm not seeing the quest, so pop the turbos. And yeah, once we're finished with Dustwallow, we'll, like I've said a million times, we're gonna go start the Arathi Highlands and Alterac Mountains, and I'll finish up the last little bit that we have in Hillsbrad, so that's another zone that we can have done. I want to do some exploration as far as I want to explore and get Scarlet Monastery off our map. I want to get this little chunk off our map. I want to get SFK off our map. And that way, everywhere we've been, we can say it's, completely discovered. We've done all the quests. I really like that. We finally can become a artisan or artisan, miner, and engineer. It's going to cost me 10 whole gold. God. Maybe I hold off on this, huh? That's going to set me back quite a bit on the mount. Maybe I just hold off on that. Maybe we wait. Let's go talk to Lumak, though. My boy, Lumak. God, that's brutal. Whew.
You will need to find Nat Pagle in Dustwallow Marsh to get any better than you are currently.
You too good.
Lumak, no can teach adventurer no more. You too good? Find Lumak friend Nat Pagle. Is human but no eat. Is Lumak friend? Nat teach you fish gooder. You find Nat in Dustwallow Marsh, south of Humitown. Theremore something like that. Nat probably fishing. Go now.
You think Lumak is trying to tell you that he can no longer help you improve your fishing skill. You may want to try to find his friend, Nat Pagle, a human fishing off one of the islands south of Theramore. At least that's what you think, Lumak said. Fair enough. Let's go see if we can talk to Nog. Yeah, I think I'm going to hold off on getting my skills to the artisan level, which allows them to go all the way up to 300. Just because I don't have that money, man.
You have earned the privilege of training with a higher instructor. Go see my pal Ratchet there. I can't teach what I don't know. If only there was someone else who knew more than I do. Wait, there is. Go see Buzzick Bracketswing and Gadget Sand.
You guys just keep sending me to other people, huh? Well, I could learn the mechanical repair kit, the high impact mithril slugs, the mithril blunderbuss. Oh, we might actually try and make this. That's an agility stat stick. I'm gonna learn it. It's a gun too, so maybe
I can't teach what I don't know.
That's fine, Roxic. I think I'm gonna learn the slugs as well. And I think, well, don't say it again. Do I need a scope? What's the best scope that I have? The standard scope is 2 damage. Guns? Will it show with guns? No. I'll need elemental fire. I can make mithril tubes, I believe. I can make unstable triggers. I have mithril bars. But what about devices? Yeah, accurate scope 3. Okay, so this is a better scope. I might finally be switching to guns over throne. Throne is, you know, in my opinion, better. But you can still gouge kite with a gun. It's just throne you can do a little more, I feel like, in between the kiting. When you have like a gun or a bow, you can like gouge kite, get some distance, get 2 shots off, gouge again, get some distance, get a couple shots off. Throne, it feels like you can throw, move, throw, move, throw, move, throw, move, and then they like finally catch up to you, and then you can gouge, throw, move, throw, move. It's just much more fluid with throne, but when you start getting to these higher level guns, not only are they doing more damage, they also offer like stats. They become stat sticks, and this mithril blunderbuss is pretty nice. It's 5 extra agility. It's better damage than the throne by a good bit, honestly. But as you can see, the speed is much slower. It's going to take a whole extra second for that animation to load, cock, shoot, and then you can move. But we could still gouge kite with it, so it might be something that I switch to. I need to think about it more. And it also depends on how hard elemental fire is defined on my own. I think I would just have to kill a couple fire elementals and get lucky. So it shouldn't be too bad. But everything else, I think I can make mithril tubes. What about the slugs? Blasting powder. That's another thing to think about is, like throne, you can just buy it from the vendor,
You
but...
haven't lived until you've looked down on the world from the back of a wind rider.
Alright, well I do have to go to Ratchet. We have to go to Ratchet again. Nog or Raxix, whatever his name is. I couldn't take the Goblin engineering quest from them, so we'll go back to Tinkerwiz, grab this real quick, head to Taraho, and then from Taraho, like I said, we'll run down to the entrance of Dustwallow Marsh. I'm going to pause the video real quick while we're flying. I'm going to use the bathroom real fast. Should have done it before we started, but it is what it is. And cut my hair on. It's a little warm. I know I'm in a sweater, but it was cold earlier and now it's warm, so I'll see you guys when we land. Alright gamers, we're back. Just touching down in Ratchet. And let's go talk to Tinkerwiz. It's funny because I was just taking a whiz. Okay. Wise guy. Ding, ding, ding. Journeyman engineer. How come Link Grease doesn't have it? Master Goblin engineer? Goblin engineering.
Expert engineering yields 2 distinct disciplines, gnome and goblin. Clearly, goblin engineering is the choice of all brilliant engineers.
True.
Learn to master the world through the judicious use of high explosives and fantastic gear. Adventurer, read this manual. If you want to learn about goblin engineering, then take it to Nixx Sprocketspring in Gadgetzan. Remember, membership is permanent and prevents joining the other discipline. So make sure this is what you want before finishing his task.
So yeah, if you choose Goblin or Gnomish engineering and you want to switch, from what I understand, you have to completely drop the profession, re-level it up, and then do this quest for the other side. I'm pretty confident I want to be a Goblin engineer on this character. I love using bombs. Bombs are great. and I can only see myself using bombs. So for me, Goblin Engineering. Let's read this book real quick too. Manual of the Engineering Disciplines. The Engineering Disciplines. While it was arguable which race first devised the science of engineering on Azeroth, there's little argument as to which races are the main proponents of its in modern times. The gnomes and the goblins. Their dedication to engineering as a collective whole has not only fueled fantastic inventions, it's what is arguably a magical age of invention. Jesus, sorry. This text is always so hard for me to read. Like, the font itself is always very hard for me to read. But it also fueled their intense racial rivalry. Nowhere is this more evident than in their divergent disciplines. God, this is so hard for me to read. I feel like an idiot. Gnome engineering. The gnomes as a race tend to excel in the design of items intended to manipulate and control the world around them, while they maintain a cursor understanding of explosives and weaponry. Gnome engineering focuses instead on items that, quite literally, try to make life easier and more accessible. It is a discipline of theoretical possibilities made reality through gnomish know-how. Some possibilities, however, are never fully realized. Goblin engineering, as a race that finds itself as neutral in almost every conflict, goblins have taken great steps to turn science into profit. They embrace the practical applications of engineering, as evident in their radical designs of explosives, firearms, and machinery. Goblin engineering only maintains a passing interest in engineering theory. Their inventions usually don't have the issue of not working, but rather working too well. It is certainly not for the faint of heart. How many pages is this? 7, okay. Discipline study. Gnomes and goblins protect their knowledge from each other to such length that it is nigh impossible to access both sets of disciplines simultaneously. Each race, regardless of political affiliation, keeps the knowledge of these disciplines available only to those who agree to forego pursuit of the other's discipline. If a student chooses to embrace gnome engineering, for example, then no knowledge of goblin engineering will ever be made available to them. Permanent decisions. The previous section highlighted an important point about the two engineering disciplines that must be reiterated for the sake of education. A decision to engage in either of the two disciplines means that the opposing discipline's schemata will not be available to study. While such finality may be daunting to the layman engineer, the seasoned one understands that gnomes and goblins guard their secrets with complete fervor. Some knowledge is always better than none. Quotes. You want to know about goblin engineering? Try asking one of their best and brightest engineers about it. I think his name is Nubby Stumpfingers. Want to know why he's named that? That's goblin engineering. Ringo Tragediction? Gnome engineering. Say what you want about us goblins, but I will tell you this. We have explosives. Yaz Nitrospork. Goblin Bombardier. More quotes. Know that feeling that you get when you finish making something and turn it on for the first time to experience the power and joy of invention as your device springs to life? Gnomes don't. Nixx Sprocketspring, Master Goblin Engineering of Gadgetzan. Engineering is about taking fantasy and making it fantastic. Rovis McCrackenssprank. Gnome Inventor. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely doubling down on Goblin engineering after that embarrassment that I just had on myself trying to read that book. God. Alright, take me to Camp Taurajo. Let's finally begin. About 20 minutes of bullshit. But that's WoW, baby. That's classic WoW. Sipping on a little green tea. It's been the vibe for the past, 2 weeks. I swear, my reading's not that bad. It's just sometimes, like, the actual font in these books that they use, I've mentioned this before, is really rough on the eyes. I'll look at a word and I'm like, what word is this? And then it clicks after a couple seconds of me fumbling around, and I'm like, God, you just looked and sounded like an idiot. But honestly, when I get in front of the camera, things get much harder, man. You guys should try it if you haven't. It's not easy. Thankfully, my skills with being in front of a camera and like doing camera work, especially alone, but when I had Twitch chat to kind of riff off of, it was much easier. But doing it when you're like alone and trying to stay entertaining the whole time, it's not easy. But I feel like my skills have gotten better as we've continued to grow the channel and make videos and stuff. But there's a lot of times where I just fumble, man. I fumble and embarrass myself, but that's life, right? And I just try and just keep going with the punches. So it is what it is. But yeah, my reading skills, I promise they're a little better than what was just displayed. I can, in fact, read. I know sometimes it looks like I can't, but I can, in fact, read. Oh, I forgot to make crippling poison. Fuck, I see it now. I also probably need to get some more food when we get actually into Dustwallow, but yeah, I really want to start Dustwallow before we do the Arathi Highlands and the Alterac Mountains, because one, I've done this zone, but like not really. I didn't pay any attention to what was going on. I've done it maybe once or twice in my entire WoW career, versus the Arathi Highlands and the Alterac Mountains I've done a couple more times more than Dustwallow. And two, I was already on this side of the world, so I just figured, you know what, let's go ahead and knock it out now, right? So back to, let's look at what we've completed. We completed Durotar, explored the whole zone, did every quest. We completed the Barrens, explored the whole zone, did every quest. Mangletooth doesn't count, it's a repeatable quest forever, that's just a buff. But we did do Mangletooth, and we did one of the buffs. We've done all of Stone Dallin Mountain, completed the zone, explored everything. We've done all of Ashenvale, did everything, explored the whole zone except for the Emerald Portal location, which is right here, but it's guarded by level 60 elite dragons. We saw it in that one episode. If you know, you know. We went over here, saw the elite dragon. I can't remember what its name is. And immediately I was like, nope, just turned around, walked away. That's a zone that we might explore when we hit level 60. I'm not sure. But if not, it's just going to stay a mystery on the map. We haven't explored all of Mulgore, and we didn't do all the quests there, but we will explore it another time. We've explored all of Thousand Needles and did every quest here, as far as I know. Onto the other side of the world. We've done every quest in Lord Amir, but we haven't explored everything. We still need Scarlet Monastery and this little entrance into the Western Plaguelands. We've done everything in Silverpine Forest, but we haven't discovered SFK because I never did the dungeon. This is a no dungeon run, so we've done a lot of things in Hillsbrad, but I still have a lot to explore, and we're not done with it completely. So we have an elite quest, a couple quests here that have me wanting to do some other things in the area. I need to go explore South Shore. I'll probably do that from the lower region, and then I need to discover this island. I need to discover what's over here, and I think all of this is grayed out no matter what. Like, I think because it bleeds into this next zone, so I think it's like just this and this and this that we have to discover for Hillsbrad Foothills. And then other than that, I mean, we did start Stranglethorn, the northern part of Stranglethorn for the most of it, and I mean, most of that we've got completely explored, but we still have a ton of work to do here, so let's go ahead and pop the turbos, get them on cooldown. We only have 5 available quest slots. Kind of sucks. This quest is going to be tricky. Probably going to have to do this, you know, at like 43 to 45, I imagine. Not get full experience for it, but that's okay. They're elite murlocs that are deep underwater, and they can root you, slow. They have healing magic and capabilities. It's just sketchy, man. We tried to take one on like close to around the level of it, and it was dicey. The thing that makes it so scary too is like there's nowhere to run. You're swimming underwater. I don't have swim speed potions. If things go south, like I'm stuck in the fight. There's no way for me to get away. Like I could gouge kite and try and get away, but the rule of how aggro works in Classic WoW is if you hit something, you reset the aggro table on it, and it will continue to chase you until you haven't hit it long enough to where it's like falls off of you, right? So if you just keep gouging it, you're going to train this thing for forever. You can really pull things for forever if you're smart in knowing how aggro works in Classic. So the best thing you can do is not hit something. And if I were to just gouge it and try to swim away, it swims faster than me. It's going to catch up to me. And that's where things start to get scary, right? So that's why I'm thinking this quest specifically, I'm probably going to need to be a little higher level just to take it on safely. But what is this? The Shady Rest Inn. Okay. Looks like this place was burnt down. Black Shield. An iron shield blackened by the fire that raged through the inn is affixed to the crumbling chimney, one of the few remaining parts of the structure that once made the Shady Rest Inn. The shield can be removed from the brick on the chimney. Okay. Bring the iron shield to Krog in Brackenwall Village. Is there something else in here? Let's see. Theremore Guard badge, hoof prints. Oh, is that a body? Those raptor eggs? Interesting. There's the badge. A glint of light on the ground catches your eye from underneath the rubble. Brushing debris and ash caked onto the object reveals the insignia of a gold anchor on white, enameled on the surface, the sign of Theramore. Underneath the anchor is embossed the name Lieutenant Paval Reethe. Bring Reethe's badge to Krog and Brackenwall Village. It's quests like these that make me feel like I'm playing a video game format of D&D, right? Where it's like, you look over and you find hoof prints. Rows of hoof prints lead away from the still smoking skeleton of the Shady Rest Inn. There are at least a few visible impressions, with more rows of prints almost imperceptible in the soft mud of the marsh. Report about the suspicious prints at the Shady Rest Inn to Krog in Brackenwall Village. That's where we're going. Let's go. Now, what kind of experience do these quests give? 7, 7, 13. It's not bad. It's about a full quest in their own. That's how you know this is horde territory. Let's just stick to the road. We know how to get to Brackenwall Village. We've been there before. Is that a flower? Oh, it's just the bush and the light. Mud Crush Dirt Feet. What a name. Hungry. Excuse me, hello. I'm looking for Brackenwall Village. Mud big ogre. Me hungry. Go bash fishy. Bring mud food. You feed mud or mud eat you. 11 strength on the gloves. I mean, ours are better, but the boots are worth 22 silvers, so. He wants Mirefin heads. Okay. Whoa, way off the coast up here, brother. We can only hold one more quest, but we're about to get rid of 3 here, so... We're definitely going to have to chip away at this zone. This place definitely feels like a swamp, huh? I didn't put my poisons on. There's not a lot of humanoids out here, I'd imagine. Maybe murlocs, but for the most part they're going to be beasts, so I can put double poison on. Double instant poison, I should say. Oops. Tender crocolisk meat. And a tooth. Yeah, I just love the colors in this zone. They're very red and kind of like bleak and oppressive in a adventurous way. Now there's lots to do here. This is a ogre run town, so Crack. He's just got regular old white armor. Krog? Are you Krog?
The humans claimed much of the Dustwallow Marsh for themselves, but the Stonemaul clan, with our help, has been able to push them back.
Cool. Do you know anything about the Burning Inn?
The humans built an inn on the edge of the Barrens, the Shady Rest they called it. Weeks ago, it was burned down. The war chief told us to leave the humans alone so long as they didn't cross our borders. But it appears someone violated his wishes. He has put me in charge of getting to the bottom of it. If you wish to provide assistance, go to the remains of the Shady Rest Inn and return any clues you find to me.
Well, I have a couple clues for you to look at. What about, we'll do the Black Shield, Suspicious Hoofprints, and then Lieutenant Paval Reethe. What's that you have there, Belumbra? Evidence from the remains of the Shady Rest Inn?
I grant that humans have strange decorating tastes, but would they use a plain iron shield to adorn their fireplace? Perhaps this shield was placed there by the ones who burned the inn. A warning? A threat? I don't see anything out of the ordinary with this shield. We should have Dogol, the blacksmith, take a look at it and see if he can tell us more about it, but I wouldn't hold out hope.
Okay. Well, what about, I found some suspicious hoof prints.
Hoof prints? It could have been the Quillboar, I suppose, or maybe even the Centaur. Their presence in the Barrens is not insignificant, and I would not think it a stretch to commit such an act. Did I tell you? It wasn't just that the inn was burned down. The owner's woman and pup were killed. Bad business, that. Nonetheless, I will send Kogoro to find where the tracks lead.
Right. Kogoro, I require your presence. Go to the Shady Rest Inn and follow the tracks. See where they lead and report back to me. Understood. I will return shortly. What about Lieutenant Paval Reethe? Have you found any? Look at him run. Look at him go. Have you found any leads on what happened to the Shady Rest Inn? Well, I mean, I found this badge.
I know this human, Paval Reethe. Pathetic even for his kind. He deserted his fellow soldiers and is now hiding out in the woods. I sent Ogron out to track him down. Some of the others suspect he's been stealing from our supplies. I think I saw Ogron heading off to the southeast.
Right. We gotta find him then. Dogol. Something for me, rogue. This is good shield. Very strong. Heavy. Good. But Dogol don't need it. I make shields, not buy them, Bellabra. You should know that. There's writing right here on the rim of the shield. I don't know what kind of ogre this is, but that's what I'm going with. But it's hard to read from all the burned stuff. I need acid to make it clear. Venom from the dark fang spiders in the marsh would do good. Give me some of their sacks and I clean this up. Acquire 6 acidic venom sacks. Okay. Excuse me, Balali? Balal? I want the scrolls. I knew she had some. Beautiful. Be good yourself. The butcher. I want some more food, but not too much. It's 18 silver. Yeah. I'm gonna hold off on Overlord Mock Arak's concern. We'll talk to the Overlord later. What's the lowest level quests here? Theramore Spies. Okay. Nazeer Bloodpike.
The Horde and Alliance hold an uneasy truce. Outlying skirmishes and covert actions are taken by one side against the other, and it is our duty to ensure the Horde is on top. Now is the chance to do just that. Alliance infiltrators have taken positions east of Brackenwall Village. They spy on the village and report our movements to Theremore, which we cannot allow. Hunt down the infiltrators and slay them. Send a clear message to their superiors that we will not tolerate their spies' presence.
Yo, based. So right now, it seems that, conflicts have always been high between the Horde and the Alliance, but Thrall is striving to be a more diplomatic leader and kind of create this peace between us and the Alliance, which is really cool. But obviously that takes time, and there's still friction. So, things kind of slip up. And you're going to have people that fight and don't take what Thrall wants very seriously, or, kind of do things when people aren't looking. So it kind of adds this space for wiggle room in the game for you to, do PvP, or, if you want to hate gnomes, you can hate gnomes, or, whatever you want to do, which I think is really cool. Let's go ahead and get a stamina buff going. Infiltrators look like they're mostly up north a little bit, just outside of camp. The venom sacks, along this coast, probably looks like a good spot for them, but they're all over the place. And then, of course, the Mirefin heads. I guess I could go over here and try and do both. Stinky's Escape. I gotta figure out who Stinky is. These spies must be invisible. You have to find them in their invisibility. There's a Dark Fang spider. Two-point slice. Don't need too much. Oh, they can be invisible. Darkfang lurkers. Little toad hopping through the forest. So yeah, these Theramore infiltrators must be in stealth, because I don't see any. Some remains by a lumber cart. These lurkers are also invisible. Oh, there's one. I like that they're neutral. You actually have to find them. Some shadow silk that sells for a good bit of money. Probably just for tailoring. The white spider meat, I doubt I'll be able to cook that, honestly, but I'll put it in a separate pile just in case. There's one. If you just spam tab, you can find them. We're also finally starting to get more mage weave, which is nice. Bluefin. We're in gator territory now. Here's one of these little bastards. Get him by the legs, Jim. Whoa, where are you coming up on me like that, son? 2-point slice. Riposte, he's got no weapon. He parried it. Little bastard. Another riposte, free damage. Another 2-point slice. Remember, we get most of our damage, and there's level 40. Let's go! That's an exciting moment right there. Because we get Adrenaline Rush. A huge cooldown for us. It's a much longer cooldown as far as like it's 5 minutes instead of Blade Flurry being only 2, but it's a very strong ability. Guys, we only have 20 levels left on our journey. Like I said, I think after the rogue, we'll be switching over to the alliance side. I'm going to go back, forth, back, forth, back, forth with every character. And we're going to do the... At first I was saying we were going to do the paladin, I think, first. But after more time, I'm kind of leaning towards the druid. But now I'm kind of leaning back towards the paladin, so I don't know. When we get there, I'll decide. And once I commit, we're committed, so, you know... But if we don't do... Whichever we don't do this time, we'll do next time. So if I do the druid now, we'll do the paladin next. If I do the paladin now, we'll do the druid next. So I think I would have much more fun on the druid right now. But I'm also just like, do I want to play 2 leather classes back to back? Like, I'm not sure. Paladin, there is some fun to be had. A lot of people have this notion that they're auto-attacking bots that are very boring, but newsflash, that's like every melee class in Classic WoW. You just auto-attack for the most part. Rogues, you mostly just Sinister Strike and then auto-attack, and you spend your combo points on Slice and Dice because it allows you to get in more auto-attacks, right? Like, it's... You're not doing anything crazy, honestly. But there is the possibility of learning how to, like, Seal Twist, and you get like healing and bubbles, and you can make some very interesting, unique builds just for solo questing. Like, you don't have to be a cookie cutter build. Like on this character, we kind of went with a cookie cutter build that's like, you know, combat swords. Hello, boys. But looking back on it, and probably moving a little further into the run, I might switch up and go like Assassination or Subtlety. I might kind of move some points around and try a new build. Although I've really been liking Combat Daggers. I'm having a lot of fun with Combat Daggers. But yeah, since we're not doing dungeons or endgame content or anything like that, like I can kind of get away with making more unique builds, and with the other characters moving forward, I definitely want to do that. I don't want to just like go with the cookie cutter build. I've played rogues so many times in Classic that I already know like what do I like? I like combat. I like everything that combat has to offer. It's, you know, you get the improved gouge time, which is great. For gouge kiting, we've seen how amazing that is. You get, you know, weapon accuracy, you get riposte, which is a great ability for no energy. You get bonus damage to your Sinister Strike and reduce the energy costs. Your offhand weapon does more damage. You get Blade Flurry, which is AoE. There's just so many things that you get in combat that feels so good. Even if you are like a dagger build, right? So it's like... But that being said, I might have been able to try like an assassination build. And when we finally make our alliance side rogue, Baelumber the human side, where it's like, you know, we'll see the story before he was cursed by the plague of undeath and all that business, the way that we're going to roleplay it. I'm definitely going to play like an assassination subtlety rogue. Like I'm going to put a lot of points in here, going to put a lot of points in here, and just play different than combat. On the horde, we started with combat daggers, and we'll probably rock that for a bit, and then maybe lean into assassination as my off spec. But since we'll be making 2 rogues ultimately, the one in the future I'll definitely experiment with much more as far as like our spec and stuff. So okay, a couple more infiltrators. They're kind of hard to find because obviously they're hiding around in the shadows, but 2-point slice. Let's use a bomb. I've got a ton of them, so. Oh. Get my 2-point slice. Switch over here. Okay. 3 venom sacks, and we're about halfway done with the infiltrators. There's another one. They're high elves, which is interesting. That's just Abyss. Let's cannibalize. Oh, Drogoth, the Roamer, a rare. I mean, he's got a possibility of having a belt, gloves, or boots on him. Let's get his attention over here, let my energy come back. Open up. 2 points of slice, pop my big cooldown that we just got. Crazy energy regen. Put a good bleed on you. Nope, didn't work. Nope, didn't work. It's immune, I forgot. Just Abyss then. Knight's Boots of Stamina. If I was a paladin or a warrior, these would be great. Just a big chunk of stamina. But hey, you know, it's 40 silver. Gets me closer to my mount, so. Cool. I think we're probably going to play for an hour and a half tonight. I have tomorrow off, which is really nice. In the first like 20 minutes of this episode, I was just going back and forth from like Ratchet to Orgrimmar, back to Ratchet, reading books and reading quests and yapping. So now that we're finally here, we got a little time to get in the meat and potatoes of this zone. I don't need a bomb. Let's just wait. 3-point slice on her. I'll tell you what, we will use this. Now we use a bomb, we get value out of that. Meant to use AV, whoops. Don't need a hearth just yet, we're okay.
Health warning.
Pop some food, I think the poison's gonna interrupt it. No? No, we're okay. I think the anti-venom at this point is almost worth just getting rid of. A lot of the time, these poisons are over level 25, and they're just failing, like, very often, so... Is it even worth a bag spot in my bags? I'm not sure. I need one more infiltrator, a couple more of the venom sacks, but I mostly just want the infiltrators because they're at a very limited zone around this region. The spiders I can get all around the area. So we'll find one more. There he is, or she. We'll find one more infiltrator, and then we'll probably head up to the Mirefin. I'm assuming they're Murlocs with that name, and we'll get the venom as we move through the zone. Nice, extra potion. I could be pretty loosey-goosey with this. Guess we could go see about this stinky Ignatz fella too. Stinky's escape. Escort Stinky Ignatz, then speak with Meebok Mizirix in Ratchet. Hey, I mean, it can work. Some more of the Shadow Silk. Easy 10 silver. Is this guy caught in like a raptor den or something? Bloodfen Screecher. Oh, he's a human. Let's clear out the path a little bit for him.
Health warning. Health warning.
Yeah, we're alright. These raptors don't really seem to drop much. Damn, the spiders though. Those mandibles. They stack and they sell for a good bit. Yeah, were you stinky?
Great. Finally something that doesn't want to eat me. I need help handling the critters around here, and you fit the mold, buddy. A goblin from Ratchet named Meebok Mizirix needs some bog bean leaves for a potion or something. I honestly don't care why. His money was good, and I know this swamp, so here I am. Too bad I got myself surrounded before I found the bog bean. Can you help me out of here and watch my back as I look for Meebok's plant?
Sure.
See you later.
Okay, let's get started.
Good day to you.
Stinky Ignats. This is like a reference to Stanley Yelnats, maybe? Maybe not. I'm gonna hide in the shadows, Stinky. You do your thing. You don't want to help me out? Okay, thank you. I was gonna say, I have your back, but you don't have mine. Got it. I will leave your ass to die then, good sir. Raptor hide. And, whoa, tribal raptor feathers. Wow, that sells for a good bit. Let's go ahead and use some scrolls just to, you know, I mean, I need to make space in my bags, so. Now let's look for the herb.
Hey there.
Help, the beast is on me. You know what, Stinky? I didn't mean to kick. I got it. Oh, it's calling for help with a screech. Always remember raptors near their death. They try to get some help from their friends. They do like an AoE shout.
What can I do for you?
You find that bean? Nope, not here. My patience is wearing thin, Stinky. Shh. Damn. I'm gonna need new poisons soon. Can't hold the crocolisk meat. Pause. What the hell? The hell did I just say?
Good day to you.
There must be one around here somewhere.
How are you?
Ah, there's one. Gumbalumbra. Belumbra. I can't even say my own name right. Let's go over there. Help, I'm under attack. I'm gonna get rid of the potion. Okay, now let's get out of here. I mean, at this point, just get rid of the large fang. The mandibles are really nice to sell. Might have to make a pit stop back at town already, God. Is something gonna jump him at the very end? There's iron there too, fuck. I can make it from here. Thanks, Belumbra. Talk to my employer about your reward. All right, mental note. Near this castle. Okay. North Point Tower. There's some iron. I'm gonna go empty out our bags because this is all worth a decent bit of money. Oh wait, I can cook the spider meat. I can make spider sausage. 12 stamina? Okay, I'm glad we kept this spider meat. I can only make 3 of these right now, but it is what it is. It's good. Easy. It's good stamina food. Definitely collect this white spider meat. There's Theremore sentries all over the roads here. Definitely a highly contested area. Some more raptor hide. I think we might want to start doing 3-point slice and dices. Mobs are lasting a little longer. And I think with the 3 points, we'll get exactly the value that we want. Like, look, it's just about to wear out, and the mob is dead. So yeah, I think 3-point slice and dice is maybe the way to go. Now that we're getting into higher level zones. Sell. There's definitely a fire right here. And I don't need any of the spices to make this spider sausage. That's actually really nice. Sure, we're not getting cooking points, but I'm not pressed about that, honestly.
Good work. Their infiltrators are skilled, but they're not good enough to escape the watchful eye of the horde.
True.
Adventurer, 2 of our spies were sent to steal documents from a ship at the Theramore docks. They gained the papers, but were discovered and were forced to throw the documents into the sea. 1 spy later escaped, but was unable to recover the prize. He reported his failure to me, and I now charge the task to you. The documents are in a footlocker, in the waters somewhere beneath the Theramore docks. Find those documents, adventurer, and bring them to me.
Very cool. Find the captain's documents. Okay. Literally right off the pier of Theramore, huh? Alright. Any more scrolls? Sorry. Any more scrolls? Balali? Is that how you say it? I will take them. You'll be careful, man. Alright, now we're gonna go get the Myrefin heads. We'll probably go get those documents. We'll look for more spiders along the way. Now I want to kill every spider we can find for these spider sausage. These things are so good. I'm gonna use all of our roast raptor first, but that's an additional 4 stamina on the food. That's crazy. Sucks that a lot of the spiders are already invisible or hiding in stealth, mostly the lurkers, but Pop sprint, get it on cooldown. God, that anti-venom is actually such a hard key binding for me to press. Alt-V? What was I thinking? Yes. I mean, they also have just a killer. Oh, that's thick spider silk. That's not shadow silk. Still, sells for 7.5 silver. We're already at 61 gold. We got like a full gold piece off of everything we just vendored. NPC'd, as I've been saying, calling it. I've always said vendored my entire life, but then when we started recording, I was like, oh, well, just NPC it. It's like, boy, you know what the hell you're supposed to say. Vendor. But it doesn't really matter, right? Nice. One more of the venom sacks and we're good. Still gonna take on every spider we can find though. Now there's gotta be a way that I can get that iron ore. Come on. Don't do me like this. Tell me I gotta go like all the way around and drop down. Not right now, Raptor. Dustwallow Bay. Oh, come on. Oh my god. There's no way they made ore that's like unreachable. Oh my god. Which hill? That hill there. Which hill? That hill right there. Well, they gave us more map exploration, which is cool. Some of that shadow silk. Oh, I could just go over here. What up? Dummy I am sometimes. You're gonna interrupt me, that's fine. More of the mandibles. What is a mandible? Is it like a claw, a tooth? A jawbone? Like, I'm gonna have to do some research. What's a mandible? More mandibles, thick spider silk. I know the spider silk is used by tailors, so whenever we make our mage and or priest or whatever and warlock in the future, if I make any of them a tailor, which at least one of them will be, we'll probably have to kill a lot of these spiders for that silk. Swampi Jarl. Hopefully this guy is also a vendor. Welcome to Witch Hill. 35,000th jump right there, by the way. Oh, hello. Little lurker lurking. We're hoping to hit 100,000 before we hit level 60. We're only a third of the way there and we're level 40, so I doubt it, but maybe. Maybe we should move the goalpost to like 50,000 jumps by 60. But as I've said before, I don't want to do it intentionally. I just want to like see organically how many times we jump, because it's like an anxiety reliever. I just have to, you know, jump like everyone else. Everyone loves to jump, and well, they made the jump so good, you have to. 373 crit on the ambush. Whew. There it is. Oh, they're murlocs, yep. Let's see if this guy, Swampbot Jarl, has a shop. Hopefully he does. I don't really have a lot of space to hold his quests, though. He's got multiple quests. Please have a vendor here, please. Nah, it doesn't look like it. Soothing spices.
Good swamp cooking, fried green frog legs and the like. And for cooking, I need spice, soothing spice. Then I'll make a stew and stew it up and suck it down and give you some too. Do you like stew?
You're a freak, bro, but I mean, yeah. We'll get you some soothing spice. I gotta head back to town soon anyways to collect my reward from Meebok Mizirix. But first, we'll get our Myrefin heads. If I need to get rid of anything, I'm gonna get rid of the raptor flesh, I think. At this point, just eviscerate. Hard spider leg tip. Armor, agility. Let's use a strength and a stamina. We're buffed up. Pickpocket these guys. I'm sure they have pockets. Yep, and a potion. Big old crit. I'm probably going to pull a little reckless here. Well, I'm probably going to have to use a potion. These guys are pretty tight. Fish oil can stay. Definitely want to be pickpocketing, because I imagine they could have boxes on them. Silver and a half. Yep. Movement speed reduced. Whew. Okay, they're runners too. They are humanoids, so important to remember. I probably need a crippling poison on my offhand. That way they don't run into a group of others and get me killed. Let me get rid of the raptor flesh. Let's open the box first. Hopefully get some points in lock picking. 144, huge. I don't need the blinding powder, but it does sell for a good bit. Shit. The heads can stay on the bodies for now. Where's the other one? This guy? Nah, they both just had fish oil, okay. Let's do a bigger pull here so I can use this potion. I didn't get my ambush off. The shiny fish scales don't sell for much, but the thick murloc scales sell for a good bit, so... again... I need a bigger pull here. Let's get our stuff on cooldown. Get a potion. These are garbage. Start to collect the heads now. That's easily, what, 5 silver right there? I think I throw the protection scroll on me as well. Get rid of the shell and I'll hold these. Let's kind of pickpocket our way through here. That way, when we inevitably kill them, if they do have boxes on them, we can take them off their dead bodies, but I don't know what I'll get rid of. Maybe I just need to use more bombs? I should have tab targeted there, whoops. I also should have set my hearth to Brackenwall Village, but I need to pull them away from the little encampments that they're seeking safety around. What was that? That was monkey. I hope those are leather bracers, because those will be really good for us. Let it be a surprise like Christmas. Oh, huge, let's go. These are definitely better than what we have. Just get rid of a bomb. Big. We lose 4 spirit for 5 stamina. We gain 2 extra armor. Now what would I get rid of? Probably the solid stone next, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Let's get the attention of these guys. I wish I could hold all this stuff. As soon as we get our mount, the first thing I'm investing in is, after our professions, of course, at least making sure that we can become an artisan in whatever professions that we want or need, is bags. I'm definitely getting some bags, man. Holy. I'm having to, like, throw away so many items because I just don't have bag space. Now, I could resolve that myself, right? I could just not have as many things on me, but preparation is nice. Why don't you go tell your friends? I thought he really went and told the whole village. I was like, holy shit. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and use evasion. Use another bomb. We can handle these guys, it's fine. But this is why crippling poison is so important on these guys, because they will go and tell their friends. Alright, I mean, we've got a good bit of stuff on us that we can sell once we get back to town to make a decent bit of money, but we just need 4 more of these heads. When we go back, I don't even think there is an inn here for me to be able to set my hearth to. Okay, we already ran all their pockets, so open up on these guys a little bit. Should have disarmed you. You actually have a weapon. This guy doesn't. They both have just fish oil? Okay, there we go. I was looting the wrong one. I knew it. Myrfane fungus. It's magic. It's not like a curse or a disease or anything like that. Just a magical spell that these murlocs know. Not goblins, murlocs. Might use a potion here. Pull them away from the village. Ah, fuck. Yep, definitely gonna use a potion now. I should cannibalize this one. Another box, it was bound to happen. Probably get rid of the stone. We'll get more in the future, don't worry. It's just one piece of stone. But I'd rather have the box because I could find, you know, like a jewel or get a skill up on my lockpicking, which is more important to me. Yeah, I don't really care about that. Oh, hello. I was about to say, how'd you not see me? But he did eventually. Let's pull him away a little bit. We've got crippling poison on him. Just need one more of the heads. There is a body right here. I think that we haven't looted yet. No, we did. Okay. What am I talking about? get these on cooldown because we'll probably be getting ready to wrap it up pretty soon. Just need this last head and then we'll head back, empty out the bags. I need to stop making so many bombs, but honestly I made so many bombs because just look at my bank, bro. I have no space. I think I might need to start getting rid of like the bronze, the copper, the tin. I like to save it in case, like, you know, for the quest like Rinley's quest where we're gonna need to make a bunch of wiring gizmos and all that stuff. I think it's just better to probably farm that stuff as I need it once we get our mount, and not take up the bank space and leave the bank space for materials that I'm currently on, like the heavy blasting powder, the mithril, the iron, because I don't have space. And then I'm a hoarder for the damn rare jewels and gems, but it'd be easier if I didn't, but I just like to have them in case it's like, oh, you know, I need to make a blunderbuss or a lens, or you know, I need jade, I need citrine. Like, I have that on demand, which is really nice because I can't just go to the auction house and buy it. So say, if you come over here, I will kill you. Come on, just give me the head. More iron. Definitely hit that on the way out. POV me to these murlocs. So what, no head? That's what it feels like. Dude, come on. This is our guy right here. I can feel it. Oh shit. This guy's got us. Ready? Boom. Knew it. Called it. Alright, let's get that iron. Let's go back to town. Empty out our damn bags. And then probably fly back to Ratchet, talk to Mebok, because I don't think there's an inn here anyways. And then when we continue on tomorrow, we can just fly straight back here, get right into it. I don't have to do any dicking around for 20 minutes basically. 220 on our mining. Little 3-piece. Hit the sprint. Loose dirt. I don't have the quest space to pick that up right now, so I'm gonna get it tomorrow once we're gonna get the soothing spices when we go back to Ratchet anyways, so. Maybe I need to run up the road and grab them here, but I'll do that off recording if need be, because I'm gonna do a little bag and bank management off recording when we're done tonight. Alright, let's get on the trail. Yeah, we're at an hour and a half already, so it's about about closing time. I think with everything we have here, we're looking at probably an extra gold and a half, maybe. Not that much, maybe just a gold. These are what, 30 silver, 25 silver, 5, 10, 5. These are 20 silver. Yeah, we're at like a gold, maybe gold and a half tops. I'll probably sell this stack of 7 too. That's 35 silver just to make space. Like, I got so many bombs and so much blasting powder. It's all right. I can cut through a little bit here. I want to kill more spiders on the way, but we've already been playing for quite a bit tonight. We'll open this when we get back to town. It's really a camp, I guess, not a town, but... Private Hendel. About to run up on one of their camps. Ogron, questioning Reethe. Tabitha, Tiara of the Deep. Pretty sure that's a quest for like Sunken Temple, right? Or something like that, maybe? I don't know. Nat Pagle wants you to catch the following fish. A misty reed mahi mahi from Swamp of Sorrows. The Sartheris striker from the Sartheris Strand, which we know where that is. The Slitherblade Naga that we've taken on before in Desolus. The Feralis Ahi from the Verdantis Rivers of Feralis. And the Savage Coast Blue Sailfin from the Savage Coast to the Stranglethorn. So we've been to 2 of these zones. We haven't been to 2 of the others, but they'll be coming in the future. So there's a spider. We'll hold off. Town is back this way. So we're going to have to catch some rare fish in multiple different zones to become a master fisherman, which I think is a really cool quest in order to give you artisan fishing, but it's going to be time consuming for sure. Alright, we're at 63 or 62.3 gold. Let's see what we end up at. Okay, 63.4. So, like a full gold. Plus 63.8 is where we ended up. Okay, not bad. Ma Blanca. Let's turn in the quest to Dogol, the Black Shield. Did you get them sacks from the spiders? I don't like spiders that are so big I can't sit on them and squish them. Thanks for getting them, Penumbra. Now I rip them open and pour them onto the shield. Oh, I think I might have dropped too much acid onto the shield. Let me rub a little. Kind of hard to read, but it looks like the name Mosarn. Never heard of him. Maybe Krog knows. Krog knows many people. We'll bring it to Krog. Yo, my man Krog. Any idea?
Mosarn? Sounds familiar. I can't put my finger on it. Maybe it'll come to me later. It probably isn't important. A shield can come from anywhere and not mean anything.
Fair.
Strength.
Mosarn. Let's log that one in the noggin. I don't think there's an inn here. Yeah, this doesn't count. Drazib or Drazlib? Zilb? Drazilb? I think that's his name. Drazilb. Is that a Torn? I thought it was a paladin because of the color, but no, it's a shaman, of course. Torns can't be paladins in Classic. That's why I was like, wait a second, what the fuck? But no. Alright. Let's head to Ratchet. 6 silver, 66 copper. I don't know about that. I'd really like to respec too once we get our mount. I think I'm going to move some points around. I think we're going to stay combat daggers, but at this point I might as well put these points out of sword and go into dagger. I was hoping to eventually shift towards swords, but I haven't found any on our adventure that are better than these daggers. Maybe like the, I made a little macro for the shoulders, and I changed like some pictures around for like, you know, dagger, sword, sword. But these are the shoulders. So we can either hunt this rare, Logrosh, in the Alterac Mountains. He gives some pretty nice shoulders. We can wait when we start Tanaris and we'll, you know, get a quest called Tanaris Field Sampling. Those will give solid shoulders, leather shoulders. Or we can do a rescue quest in Feralis once we start that zone, and those give solid shoulders. So maybe after I log off tonight, I'm going to look at the database and figure out where can I get 2 good swords. And if I can find things that seem reasonable and not impossible to do solo, maybe we just stick as combat. We'll go 33 points, get this to 5 out of 5. I won't have to respec. And then for the rest of our points, we'll probably dip into assassination. But subtlety also might, you know, might not be a bad idea. Camouflage is a cool perk to get. It would increase our movement speed while we're stealthed and reduce the cooldown of my stealth. It would go all the way down to 5 seconds. So instead of having to wait 10 seconds to go back into stealth, I could just dip in and out really quickly, which means more ambushes. But then again, if I'm going to swords, I won't be ambushing as much because I'll be garroting. But if we stay combat daggers, then, you know, this looks more appealing because I could get more ambushes out. I don't have to, you know, I can just like kill a mob, go back into stealth, kill a mob, go back into stealth. Like, we're already close to being able to do that, right? Like by the time we kill a mob, usually stealth is off of its 10-second cooldown. But so maybe we just go into assassination, we get remorseless attack. After killing an opponent, that yields experience, gives you a 20% increased crit strike chance on your next sinister, backstab, ambush, or ghostly. This goes up to 40%, so we just give a better chance at those big ambush crits that we love. I could get more damage and eviscerate, I could get more crit chance, you know, just really, really nice things. I think we can get all the way down to like this row, I think, right? By the time we would hit 60. So this is what I really want, is increase the duration of my slice and dice by up to 45% when I put 3 points in here. Slice and dice is the bread and butter of my combo point spenders right now. So any increase on that is just like, oh, that's so good, right? This is also pretty cool. Ruthlessness gives your finishing moves a 20% chance to add a combo point to your target. So let's say I do a 3-point slice and dice. We get 3 points in here, it's a 60% chance. I have a 60% chance to make it a 4-point slice and dice, which is going to be even longer with this, you know what I mean? So it's just like, it all ties into itself really, really well. But that's for the future, that's for us to think about later. If I stick with daggers, we're going to go probably respec after we get our mount and get some points in dagger spec here. I probably wouldn't put 5 like we will with swords, because 3% is fine, and then that gives me, you know, more points to play with in assassination and subtlety. But Mewok, good to see you, brother.
Stinky was here with the herbs I asked of him, and he told me you helped him out of a bind. Good work. A friend of Stinky's is a friend of mine. He asked me to give you this if I ever saw you, right before he walked back south toward the marsh.
Crazy bastard. Alright. I forgot to give these heads to Mudcrush. That's right, we'll do it tomorrow. We're already about 36% into a level up. Get nice and comfy in bed. I'm going to call this one here for now. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace and love, and God bless gamers.